Welcome back to my channel. We are in Physical Science 26.2. That's igneous rocks. And the main idea is igneous rocks form when molten material cools and crystallizes. The three essential questions are: what are the common characteristics of rocks? Under what conditions do igneous rocks form? And how are igneous rocks classified? So what is a rock? A rock is a naturally formed mixture containing minerals, rock fragments, and volcanic glass. Rocks are identified by their composition as well as their texture. And the texture of a rock describes the size, shape, and the arrangement of the rock's components. So let's talk about igneous rocks. This one is intrusive. Above intrusive, I would like you to write inside. Igneous rocks are those that form from molten rock material that cools and crystallizes either underground or on Earth's surfaces. Igneous rocks that form within Earth's crust are called intrusive igneous rocks. Again, underneath intrusive, I want you to write inside Earth. Magma composition for intrusive igneous rocks. As it passes through rock, magma might cause partial melting of the rock it intrudes. Magma may begin to cool and crystallize within the crust. As magma cools, different minerals crystallize at different temperatures. When the temperature of magma is high, olivine, pyroxene, and plagioclase feldspar are the first to crystallize. Make sure you're coloring this exactly how it looks. If anything does not show up as far as writing, make sure you write it down. And same for this page, you will want to color all pictures, even if you've already colored them. So we're still talking about magma composition. Late-forming, less dense minerals like potassium, feldspar, and quartz tend to solidify at lower temperatures and float to the top of the magma chamber. The composition of intrusive igneous rocks gives you clues as to where in Earth they formed. Igneous rocks with an abundance of quartz generally are associated with continental crust. Those with little or no quartz generally are associated with deep locations in continental crust or with oceanic crust. So let's talk about the texture a little bit for an intrusive igneous rock. In intrusive igneous rocks, grain size, which means the size of individual mineral crystals, gives you clues as to how fast magma cools. Magma that cools slowly over a long period of time allows atoms and ions time to migrate about and form very large crystals. Intrusive igneous rocks are considered coarse-grained or rough-grained. If you're not sure what this word means, write rough. Rocks that are quartz-rich and contain potassium feldspar and plagioclase feldspar are called granite. Rocks with no quartz and abundant plagioclase feldspar and pyroxene are called gabbro. Peridotite is denser than gabbro, is composed mainly of olivine and pyroxene. So we talked about the inside rocks. Let's talk about the exit, right? If you want to get out of movie theater, where do you go? The exit. So extrusive igneous rocks. Above extrusive, write exit outside. These are rocks that cool from lava or ash that has erupted at Earth's surface. These rocks may have the same compositions as intrusive igneous rocks, but they always will have different textures because they were, quote-unquote, born in a different place, above ground versus underground. Intrusive igneous rocks are fine-grained as a result of rapid cooling. So underneath fine, write smooth. Extrusive igneous rocks can exhibit other textures as well. For example, pumice and scoria have holy textures. So when you go get a pedicure or anything like that, it rubs off all the rough skin, that is a pumice or scoria stone, and although smooth, it's very porphyritic. Rocks with two different sized crystals are porphyritic. So some common igneous rocks you need to know about. Extrusive and igneous rocks form from the same types of magma. High silica rhyolitic magma from rhyolite, extrusive, and granite from intrusive. Low silica basaltic magma forms basalt, extrusive, and gabbro, intrusive. Magma contains small amounts of dissolved gases. When the magma erupts, gases escape and form rocks with a holy texture.
It starts long ago and continues today, with lots of fire and ice, mountain peaks and ocean waves, and more time than we can imagine. The story begins with igneous rock, like this piece of granite. Igneous means fire. This granite was created in a fiery place, perhaps long, long ago. Billions of years in the past, when Earth was new, there were no rocks. Earth was a burning hot, gooey ball of melted minerals and metals called magma. Eventually, as heat drifted into space, Earth's surface cooled. A thin crust of rock formed over it, like ice over a lake in winter. This crust, made of minerals and metals cooled from red-hot magma, was igneous rock. Some of that original rock, formed more than 3 billion years ago, can still be found today. It is among Earth's oldest objects. If it had eyes, that rock would have seen the start of life, the making of coal and oil, the rise and fall of dinosaurs, and the world's first person. That rock would have seen it all. Igneous rock is not only some of our oldest rock, it is also some of our newest. Earth has never stopped making it. Somewhere people probably watch it form right now, at the edge of volcanoes. Lava is magma spewed out by a volcano. It hardens into igneous rock. Volcanoes also show us that the inside of Earth is still full of fiery magma not cooled into solid rock. Igneous rock occurs in many forms. They vary according to the kind of minerals and metals they're made of and how fast they cooled. Granite cooled slowly underground over thousands of years. Obsidian, which looks like black glass, cooled quickly, as did pumice, which floats in water. Though varied, all igneous rocks hardened directly from magma.
Objective: to learn about igneous rocks, their types, and formation. The Earth's crust is made up of different types of rocks. The rocks which make up the maximum volume of the Earth's crust are called igneous rocks. The word igneous has been derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. These rocks are associated with volcanic eruptions. Let's study more about igneous rocks and how they are formed. The liquid rock matter that we see coming out from volcanoes is called magma. It is a hot liquid made of melted minerals. When this magma reaches the Earth's surface, it is known as lava. The cooling and the solidification of lava at the Earth's surface result in the formation of extrusive igneous rocks, which are also known as volcanic rocks. Due to rapid cooling, their crystals are fine-grained. However, some of the magma can't come out and settles inside the surface. The magma cools slowly beneath the Earth's surface, as it is completely surrounded by the soil and rock present there. The cooling and the solidification of magma at a depth within the Earth's crust result in the formation of rocks having large crystals, known as intrusive igneous rocks. So we have learned that igneous rocks are of two types: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. It is interesting to know that igneous rocks were the first to be formed and are also known as primary rocks. Pumice and obsidian are extrusive igneous rocks. Pumice is used in making lightweight concrete, and obsidian is used in ornaments. Granite and diorite are intrusive igneous rocks. Both are used as building material. To summarize, igneous rocks are of two types: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. The cooling and the solidification of lava at the Earth's surface result in the formation of extrusive igneous rocks. They are also known as volcanic rocks. The cooling and the solidification of magma at a depth within the Earth's crust result in the formation of intrusive igneous rocks.
Refer back to the video as oftentimes as you need to help you study. Remember, review with the central questions: what are the common characteristics of rocks? Under what conditions do igneous rocks form? And how are igneous rocks classified? Intrusive is in, magma. Extrusive is out, lava.